I am Darius, this is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. Enjoy me. You know I'm guilt-free. Indulge. So, something I see is very, very popular amongst Facebook. There are a lot of Virgos, Libras, and Leo. You know what this tells me? As we still do, our parents were getting freaky around Christmas and New Year's. Can I get some? Like, literally. But after my past giveaway with YouTube, someone requested a birthday cake recipe. And you know what? There was hardly any. Like, I couldn't find one on Pinterest. Not keto or low carb. There were versions, but see, they were, looking at the recipe, they weren't right. I knew how the flavor would come out. I'm going to dive into this and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Now the thing here is, technically, if you would have started with just basic almond and coconut flour, it would have took on those flavor profiles. But see, there's this thing called Oooflavors. It may even be pronounced Oooflavors. I don't know, I've never heard anyone say it. But it's 3 O's in flavors. I'm struggling with pronunciations. Help a brother out, okay? So with birthday cake, you need buttercream. They didn't have a buttercream flavor, but they had a sweet cream. And I didn't want the cake to end up tasting like butter and cream cheese. So I got the sweet cream flavoring to toss in something very different amongst the cake, or within the cake, I guess you could say. And for the cake itself, I use cake batter. They have a yellow cake flavor, but see, yellow cake isn't birthday cake. Typically, when you have a birthday cake flavor, it has more so of a cake taste, like cake batter, That's what I was thinking anyway. For the cake itself, we had almond flour, coconut flour, sweetener, baking powder, and those cover our dry ingredients. Now for our wet, what we used were 2 eggs, a lot of butter, okay? A lot. And so much butter, I was actually worried because looking at the pictures, they came out as kind of dark. So a couple people on Instagram gave me some great tips. They said, for one, I could use a different oil. And then 2, they said using egg whites as an angel food cake, they said it would take away the coloring also. But see, then I started to think, and I was like, as good as they are, does it really matter what they look like? If they didn't taste burnt, they could come out black as long as they tasted amazing, They're rather dark in color, but don't worry, the flavor will make up for it all. So continuing with our wet, after we add all that butter in there, we have the cake batter, Oooflavor, liquid allulose. Now, I saw that there was liquid and powder, but see, I chose the liquid because the more moisture you tend to have within these cakes, the more moisture that tends to come out of the cakes. So if you add something dry, it'll be drier. And without gluten, it's already going to be dry, So I'm trying to add as much moisture as I can. And the texture turned out amazing. Like, woo, they're a little hard cold, but this is the one I have. It's a liquid allulose. I've been digging into it with some recipes. Well, actually, I just made this one a whole bunch because I just enjoyed it. As far as the stress on the stomach, I can't say I experienced a lot. I'm not quite sure. I ate so many, I want to say that I did. But just eating one, no, I had no issues at all. Because there was, when I got low, I only had one the last day and I had no issues whatsoever. But like the first day, I ate about 3 or 4. See, the wonderful thing about these bad boys is they're only 1 gram net carb for 1 cupcake. But back to the recipe. I forgot to add salt in. That's my apologies. There is salt in the recipe. And if you look at the recipe online, it has salt in it. I just forgot. And I also missed another ingredient. But let's talk about the buttercream, or rather the sweet cream. Now with your cream cheese and your butter brought to room temperature, that's a must. I tell you what, if you don't think it can happen, I want you to pull the cream cheese and the butter out the refrigerator and mix it up. Go, let me know what's gonna happen. Go ahead, I'll wait. You done yet? Okay. Room temperature cream cheese and butter. Now you're gonna blend those together. Now this time you're gonna want powdered sweetener, because if you leave it in granules, it's gonna be extra, I guess crunchy is the word I'm looking for. Stevia and sweet cream. Now as I said, you're supposed to have heavy cream in this, but I went to the refrigerator and I didn't have any, so I couldn't put any in there, and it was too late to go to the grocery store. Unprepared Darius. It's just, what are you gonna do? Now, combine your dry and your wet ingredients. What you're gonna do, now you have the option to add sprinkles in here. As I said earlier, it's only 1 gram net carb per cupcake. And what the sprinkles, the tablespoons of sprinkles will do is simply add 1.5. So it'll be 2.5 carbs versus 1. Personally, they're not really needed. They're more so for novelty than anything else. It really makes the cup, it gives it that birthday cake look. And if you're celebrating your birthday, I mean, give yourself some sprinkles. I turned the other cheek. It'll be okay. But as I said, you really don't have to do it at all. Now, we're gonna place these in the oven at 300 degrees for about 20 minutes. Of course, you always do the toothpick test, but they're gonna be rather dark. If anybody finds a way that they stay light, because I even turned the oven down to 250 at one point, let me know. And send pictures, because I like to see what they look like. Or you can just always tag me on Instagram. I love that. I'm like, oh my God, they made my recipe. Like, yeah, I'll be so happy. But pull them out the oven, and after they cool down, go ahead and ice the bad boys. Now these ones came from my thumbnail, so they have sprinkles on them. And I'm not gonna have a baby on it. I mean, I've had it with sprinkles. And to be honest, the little extra sugar that you may be able to taste, it just makes it that much better. Can you see that cake texture? Hold on a second. Nothing short of amazing. And truly, I mean, my carrot cake was always something to rave about, but this is something very, very special. I can't wait for people to try it and tell me what they think. But I'd highly, highly, highly recommend the Oooflavors, because if not, they're just gonna taste like almond flour and coconut flour. The butter adds a fantastic taste. And the allulose with the monk fruit, the sweetness was kind of mediocre. But of course, the icing came through and swooped up and changed all of that. And it worked out well as a birthday cake should. Highly recommend it. I bet you're gonna be blown away. Like, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do 2 videos a week. Yeah, now, we do 2 videos a week, on average. Now, I'll be heading to Orlando next week, so I don't know what my schedule is gonna be like. I'll be there for the entire week. I'm still gonna release vlog clothes, and I'm gonna do a little bit of recording while I'm down there as well. I don't know how good the quality is gonna be, because I'm not gonna be able to take like my good camera, but my point and shoot is gonna roll with me. The only thing about the point and shoot that I worry about is the microphone. All your recipe details can be found in the description box below, along with links to all my blog posts, all my recipes, my favorite products, and Sugarless Crystal t-shirt. Head into the kitchen and get messy. I am Darius, this is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. And I'm not a chef, I'm an entertainer. Bye.